Breaking. Kanu's release won't end agitation, says brother, warns against political use in 2027 elections. To my dear listeners, good evening from wherever you're listening from. Before I go into details, kindly please ensure you like, subscribe and share. Now the details. Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB will not abandon his advocacy for the southeast region, even if he is released from detention, according to his brother, Kanu. In an exclusive interview with Daily Post, Kanu emphasized that Kanu's demand for infrastructural development in the region remains unwavering, regardless of his detention status. Kanu refuted the idea that Kanu's release would result in a toned-down agitation, explaining that his brother's demands have always centered on the improvement of basic infrastructure, such as roads, hospitals, education and employment opportunities for the people of the Southeast. Kanu's call for a return to the 1960 Constitution to ensure regional autonomy for the Southeast remained central to his advocacy. Kanu stated that Kanu never linked his demands to the creation of Biafra, but to improving the quality of life for the people in the region. Kanu also criticized the Nigerian government for refusing to engage in dialogue with his brother, suggesting that the government's refusal to address Kanu's legitimate concerns has perpetuated tensions in the region. He argued that if the government addressed the demands for development, there would be no need for agitation. Regarding the prolonged detention of Kanu posited that local politicians, particularly in the southeast, are benefiting from the region's instability. He accused these politicians of using the situation to secure funding and resources, such as security allocations from the federal government. Kanu suggested that some southeast politicians may be hindering Kanu's release for personal political gain, particularly with the 2027 elections in mind. Kanu also addressed the controversies surrounding Simon Ekpa, the self-proclaimed Prime Minister of the Biafra government in exile. He dismissed claims linking Ekpa to Kanu's movement, calling Ekpa a content creator rather than a freedom fighter, and suggested that some Nigerian politicians may be using Ekpa to fuel unrest in the region. He further criticized the state of insecurity in the southeast, attributing much of the violence to political actors exploiting the unrest for their own benefit. Kanu suggested that the Nigerian security forces, while present in the region, often failed to intervene during incidents of violence, raising questions about their effectiveness. Finally, Kanu lamented the political and economic challenges facing Nigeria, urging President Bola Tinubu to reconsider the continued detention of his brother. He criticized the government for its inability to improve the country's situation and highlighted the widespread frustration over Nigerians' economic and security issues. Kanu argued that releasing Kanu and addressing the root causes of the agitation could help resolve the unrest in the southeast and across Nigeria. Now we've come to the end of our today's news. And now before I go, let's move down to the comment section. Let's see what people have to say. The first comment I have says, welcome speech, and that is that Nigerian call for roundtable discussion. If you all believe that all power belongs to the creator and nothing is permanent but things are real. And the last comment for today's news says, don't worry, we don't just vote blindly like the Southwest and the North. They have thrown Nigerians into the dungeon with hunger crushing their bones up the Southwest and the North. To my dear listeners, now we've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by the comment section and let us know what your view is all about. Thank you for listening.